What if I told you that money is not something you chase, but something you command? Imagine walking into any situation and knowing without a doubt that wealth will find you, follow you, and serve you. Today, I am going to show you how to unlock that power, because money is not a master, it is a servant waiting for your command. Money is not meant to be chased. The very act of chasing money suggests that it is running from you, slipping out of reach, teasing you like a shadow you cannot catch. But what if you shifted your perspective? What if you realized that money is not designed to be your master, but your servant? The secret is this: you do not chase money, you command it. And the moment you step into that truth, you will see money follow you everywhere you go. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share is not just another motivational talk. It is a spiritual law, and once you grasp it, you will never look at money the same way again. The first truth is that money responds to authority. Everything in this universe operates under command. The sun rises when commanded by divine law, the ocean waves obey invisible forces, and money too responds to the voice of authority. When you speak with clarity and certainty, money recognizes that you are not begging, it recognizes you are commanding. And so, money moves, it flows, it seeks you out. Many people wonder why wealth never stays with them. It is because they treat money as a stranger to be impressed instead of a servant to be instructed. The law is simply stand in your authority, and money will stand with you. The second truth is that your words are seeds. Every word you speak carries life, and when you speak words of lack, I can't afford this. Money is hard to find. I'm always broke. You are planting weeds that choke your harvest. But when you declare, money follows me, money serves me, money finds me wherever I go, you are planting seeds that guarantee a harvest of abundance. Your speech is not idle chatter, it is prophecy. Speak with intention, because your words are the blueprint money follows. Third, you must understand the power of expectation. Money comes to those who expect it, not to those who merely wish for it. Wishing leaves you powerless, but expecting places you in alignment with receiving. Expectation is faith dressed in action. When you walk into a room expecting opportunities, doors open. When you approach your work expecting increase, clients' ideas and resources appear. Expectation creates a vibration, and money is magnetized to that vibration. Fourth, gratitude is the magnet that multiplies what you already have. You may look at your wallet and see only a small amount, but if you curse it, complain about it, or treat it as insignificant, you repel increase. Instead, bless it. Thank it, rejoice over it as though it is overflowing. Gratitude expands your capacity to receive, and money loves to expand. The thankful soul never lacks, because gratitude attracts multiplication. Fifth, you must remove fear. Fear is the invisible chain that keeps money at a distance. When you are afraid to spend, afraid to invest, afraid to lose, you block the flow of circulation. Fear convinces you that money is scarce, and so scarcity becomes your reality. But when you release fear, when you trust that supply is endless, you break those chains and money flows without resistance. Fear repels, but faith compels. Finally, you must live in alignment. Act as though money already follows you everywhere, because in truth it does. Carry yourself with confidence, make decisions with boldness, and hold your head high as if the universe is fully backing you up, because it is. When you align your thoughts, words, actions, and beliefs with abundance, you send out a command that cannot be denied. Money has no choice but to follow you. Money was never meant to be your master. It was meant to be your servant. And the moment you rise in authority, speak with faith, expect with certainty, give thanks with joy, release fear, and live in alignment, you will see the evidence. You will not need to chase money, because money will recognize its rightful place at your side, serving you, following you everywhere you go. Money responds to authority, and this truth is one of the most overlooked yet powerful principles of life. Everything in creation operates under command, and money is no exception. Just as the earth rotates on its axis because of a divine decree, just as the stars remain fixed in the heavens because of an unbreakable law, money too is bound by spiritual principles. The way you relate to money, the way you speak about it, and the way you think about it determines whether it sees you as a master or whether it sees you as a servant. The majority of people approach money from a place of lack, desperation, and fear. They beg for it, chase after it, and cling to it as if it might escape. But money is never attracted to begging, fear, or desperation. It recognizes authority, it moves toward command, and it responds when you stand in your rightful place as the one who directs its course. Authority is not arrogance, it is alignment. Authority means you recognize that money is not your source, but a tool given to you by the true source. When you step into that authority, money listens. It is not that you are trying to dominate money with force, but rather you are aligning with the natural law that says everything in this universe seeks order, and order comes through command. When a general gives a command to soldiers, he does not beg, he does not whimper, and he does not hope they might listen. He speaks with confidence because he knows the authority that backs his words. In the same way, when you speak to money, when you declare its role in your life, you must speak from the position of one who knows his words are law. If you say, "Money is hard to find," that statement carries authority, and money will obey by hiding from you. If you say, "Money follows me, money serves me, money comes when I call," that statement carries authority, and money responds by showing up in ways you cannot even predict. Authority is not about controlling people, it is about commanding your circumstances to align with divine truth. Money has ears, and it obeys the one who knows how to speak with authority. The problem is that most people have been conditioned to treat money as a master rather than a servant. From childhood, they are told that money is scarce, that money is hard, that money must be chased, earned through endless struggle, and hoarded in fear. Those beliefs strip people of their authority. They bow to money instead of commanding it. They make money an idol rather than a servant, and as a result, money resists them. But when you rise into the awareness that money is energy, that it circulates, that it is meant to flow, you begin to reclaim your authority. Money is not an enemy, but it also is not a ruler. It is an obedient tool, a loyal servant that will go where it is commanded. Think of the way electricity works. Electricity does not argue. It does not resist, it simply follows the command of the switch. If you turn it on, the room is filled with light. If you leave it off, the room remains dark. Electricity is neutral, but it follows command. Money functions in the same way. It is neutral, neither good nor evil. But it bends itself toward the one who understands its role. Consider for a moment the difference between someone who chases money and someone who commands it. The one who chases is always exhausted, always anxious, always questioning whether they will have enough. They are like a dog running after a bone that is dangled just out of reach. But the one who commands money is at peace. They do not question whether it will come, because they have already given the command. They know that money is on its way. They know that opportunities are being aligned. They know that increase is inevitable. This is not arrogance, this is confidence in spiritual law. Authority is not about shouting louder, it is about being rooted deeper. It is about knowing with absolute certainty that money must obey the same way every other part of creation obeys law. Your authority is established by your belief. If you believe you are powerless over money, that belief becomes law in your life. If you believe that you command the flow of money, that belief becomes law in your life. Belief is the foundation of authority. That is why people who expect wealth attract it, while people who expect lack continue to experience lack. Authority is not only about what you say, but also about the conviction with which you say it. Empty words carry no weight, but words spoken with deep belief carry the force of command. You must therefore train yourself to believe differently. Train yourself to see money as something that responds to you, not something you must fear. Train yourself to feel the weight of your words, to recognize that what you say about money is not casual, it is law. Every statement you make is like a decree issued in a courtroom. The universe hears it, and money obeys it. Authority also requires consistency. A general does not give one command today, and then change it tomorrow in confusion. He speaks once and expects obedience. In the same way, you cannot say one day, money follows me, and then the next day complain, I'm always broke. That inconsistency cancels your authority. Consistency is proof of conviction. When you consistently declare that money serves you, when you consistently align your words with abundance, you strengthen your authority. Money recognizes the voice of certainty. It ignores the voice of confusion. Therefore, you must make your declarations steady, unwavering, and confident. Stand in your words as though they cannot fail, because they cannot fail when they are spoken with faith. Authority also carries responsibility. To command money is not to waste it, abuse it, or misuse it. Authority means stewardship. It means you understand that money is not here to enslave you in greed, but to serve a higher purpose. When you direct money with wisdom, when you use it to build, to bless, to expand, to uplift, money flows more freely. Money resists waste, but it multiplies under wisdom. When you demonstrate that you can handle money with responsibility, more comes, because money always seeks the one who knows how to manage it with vision. Authority is not reckless, it is intentional. Authority does not hoard, it directs. Authority does not panic, it commands calmly and decisively. Begin to see yourself as the one whom money must listen to. Stop placing yourself beneath it. Stop bowing to it in fear. Stop thinking of it as something separate from you. You are the one who speaks and money responds. You are the one who sets the direction and money follows. You are the one who creates the decree and money carries it out. Stand in your authority with confidence, with boldness, and with clarity, because money only recognizes the voice of the one who knows it was born to command. Words are not simply sounds carried on the air. They are forces that shape reality. Every word you speak carries the weight of creation, and your life is the harvest of the seeds you have planted with your tongue. Money, like everything else in this universe, responds to words because words are commands. They set in motion invisible laws that eventually manifest in visible form. When you say, I can't afford this, you have not just expressed an opinion, you have issued a decree. That decree plants a seed of lack, and that seed grows until your life reflects it. But when you say, money flows to me with ease, you are planting a seed of abundance, and that seed grows until your life reflects it. The invisible always precedes the visible, and words are the bridge between the two. If you want to command money to follow you everywhere, you must first command your words, because words are the blueprint that money follows. Consider the farmer who goes out to his field. He understands that the soil does not discriminate. It will not refuse weeds and only accept grain. The soil is neutral. It gives back whatever is planted. If he scatters thorns, the soil multiplies thorns. If he scatters wheat, the soil multiplies wheat. Your mind and your mouth are that soil. They will grow whatever you plant through your words. If you scatter words of fear, lack, and poverty, you will reap a harvest of struggle and insufficiency. If you scatter words of faith, wealth, and overflow, you will reap a harvest of abundance. The law is impartial. It does not choose for you, it only multiplies what you give it. This is why careless words are so dangerous. Many people speak words against themselves without realizing they are planting seeds that will grow into circumstances they despise. They say, I never have enough, and wonder why they live in shortage. They say, money slips through my fingers, and wonder why it vanishes so quickly. They say, life is too expensive, and wonder why bills multiply. But the truth is, they are simply harvesting the crop of their own words. Words are not just statements, they are instructions. When you speak, you are instructing your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind carries out those instructions faithfully. If you tell it you are poor, it will make decisions, attract experiences, and filter opportunities in a way that confirms poverty. If you tell it you are wealthy, it will make decisions, attract experiences, and filter opportunities in a way that confirms wealth. Your subconscious mind does not argue with you. It does not challenge whether your words are true or false. It simply accepts them as commands and works to fulfill them. Therefore, when you speak words of wealth, you are programming your inner world to attract outer wealth. And when you speak words of lack, you are programming your inner world to repel it. What you say is what you live, because words are not empty. They are seeds that grow into experiences. But words do more than program your inner world. They also release vibrations into the outer world. Everything in this universe vibrates at a frequency, and words carry frequency. When you speak with conviction, your words release a vibration that matches the frequency of money or the frequency of lack. If you speak words of lack, you lower your vibration, and money is not drawn to low vibration. It slips away. If you speak words of abundance, you raise your vibration, and money is drawn to high vibration. It seeks you out. Words, therefore, are not simply communication, they are magnetic forces. They attract or repel money, depending on the seeds you plant and the vibration you release. This is why affirmations are not silly or trivial. Affirmations are not about reciting nice sentences. They are about deliberately planting seeds of wealth and deliberately raising your vibration to match the energy of abundance. When you say daily, "Money follows me everywhere," you are creating a command, planting a seed, programming your subconscious, and aligning your vibration all at once. The power of words is so absolute that even jokes and casual speech create effects. Many people make light of poverty by joking, "I'm broke," or "I can't keep money for long," not realizing they are still planting seeds. The soil of your life does not care whether you are joking or serious. It only multiplies what you give it. That is why it is essential to discipline your tongue. You cannot afford to speak carelessly about money, because every careless word is a seed that will eventually bear fruit. Instead, you must speak with intention. Speak words that align with the life you want to see, not the life you fear. Even if your current circumstances do not match your words, keep speaking. The field never produces overnight, but the harvest is certain. If you consistently plant words of wealth, the crop will eventually rise. Another truth about words is that they carry the power of repetition. A single seed will grow a single plant, but a field filled with seeds produces an abundant harvest. In the same way, one positive statement may carry some power, but repeated statements carry multiplied power. The more you speak words of wealth, the deeper they are planted in your subconscious, and the stronger their vibration in the universe. Repetition is the water that nurtures your seeds. You must water your declarations daily. Do not speak once and give up. Speak until your words become your natural language. Speak until wealth is the only vocabulary you know. Speak until abundance is the only tone your voice carries. The harvest will be abundant when the sowing is consistent. Words also reveal your inner belief system. You can know what you truly believe about money by listening to the words you speak when you are under pressure. If you panic and say, "There's never enough," you have revealed the belief of lack. If you calmly say, "This will be provided for," you have revealed the belief of abundance. Words expose the roots of your heart. If you want to change your life, you must first change the words that flow from your heart. And to change the words of your heart, you must feed yourself new thoughts, new beliefs, and new truths about money. What you meditate on internally will eventually overflow through your words externally. Fill your mind with images of abundance, and your mouth will begin to declare abundance. Fill your mind with fear, and your mouth will echo fear. Words are the outflow of thought, and thought is the seedbed of life. You can begin this transformation immediately by setting aside time each day to declare wealth over your life. Speak to your money directly. Take the bills in your wallet, bless them, and say, "You multiply, you increase, you circulate and return to me pressed down, shaken together, and running over." Look at your accounts and say, "You are full, you are overflowing, you are expanding." Speak to opportunities and say, "You find me, you open for me, you grow for me." Speak to yourself and say, "I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am magnetic to money." Do not wait until you see evidence to speak. Speak until you create evidence. Words do not describe reality, they shape it. When you speak wealth consistently, your world must eventually bend to reflect it. Money will always follow the path of words. It listens for commands, and it obeys those who speak with faith. If your words direct it to stay away, it will stay away. If your words direct it to follow you, it will follow you. If your words declare lack, lack will manifest. If your words declare abundance, abundance will manifest. The choice is yours, and the tool is always within your reach, because your mouth is always with you. Train it, discipline it, and use it as the powerful instrument of creation that it is. Your words are not idle. They are seeds, they are commands, they are vibrations, and they are blueprints for the wealth that will surround your life. Expectation is one of the most powerful forces that governs the flow of money. Yet it is often underestimated because it is invisible. Unlike physical work or visible effort, expectation happens quietly within you, but its impact is louder than anything you do externally. Expectation is the bridge between belief and manifestation. It is the invisible magnet that pulls experiences into your life, shaping circumstances to match the picture you hold in your heart. What you expect is what you prepare for, what you prepare for is what you act on, and what you act on is what you ultimately attract. If you expect lack, you unconsciously make choices that confirm lack. If you expect wealth, you unconsciously align yourself with decisions, opportunities, and people that lead to wealth. Expectation is not wishing, because wishing is passive. Wishing says, I hope it comes. Expectation says, I know it's already mine. One leaves you waiting, the other puts you in a position of receiving. To understand expectation, imagine two people walking into the same room. One expects rejection, so their posture is timid, their words are uncertain, and their presence radiates insecurity. Another expects acceptance, so their posture is confident, their words are strong, and their presence radiates assurance. Both people walk into the same environment, but their expectations create two completely different experiences. Money operates in the same way. If you expect money to be scarce, your posture toward it will be tense, fearful, and desperate. Even if opportunities come, you may sabotage them because you are not expecting increase. On the other hand, if you expect money to come, your posture is calm, confident, and open. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. You take bold action where others hesitate. You hold steady when others panic. Expectation is the unseen energy that shapes the visible outcome. Expectation also has a way of filtering your perception. Two people can experience the exact same day, but the one who expects increase will notice small doors opening, while the one who expects lack will miss them entirely. Expectation sharpens your focus, like adjusting a lens on a camera. If you are expecting money to follow you, you begin to see clues, signs, and connections that align with that expectation. Conversations that once seemed ordinary suddenly carry opportunity. Ideas that once seemed small suddenly reveal potential. Doors that were invisible begin to appear, not because they were not there before, but because your expectation has trained your eyes to see them. Lack and abundance can both be present in the same world, but expectation determines which one you notice and which one you experience. Expectation also determines your emotional state, and your emotional state sends signals to the world around you. When you expect increase, you live in calmness and anticipation. That calmness radiates energy that attracts trust, opportunity, and cooperation. People are drawn to those who carry confidence and peace, because it signals stability. Money, too, is drawn to stability because circulation requires flow, and flow cannot survive in chaos. On the other hand, when you expect loss, you radiate anxiety. Anxiety repels people, it closes doors, and it creates blockages in the flow of money. That is why two people with the same talent and the same resources can produce completely different results. Expectation creates the emotional and energetic environment that money responds to. The power of expectation is also tied to faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, and expectation is the evidence of that faith. If you claim to believe in abundance but expect bills, scarcity, and hardship, your faith is hollow. True faith produces expectation. It creates a sense of certainty that what you have declared will manifest. Expectation is faith in motion. It is faith clothed in anticipation. It is faith saying, "It is not a matter of if. It is only a matter of when." When you hold that kind of expectation, you walk differently, you talk differently, you decide differently, and those differences create a reality that aligns with what you expect. Money is not random, it is drawn into the orbit of expectation. Expectation also fuels preparation. A person who expects rain carries an umbrella. A person who expects guests prepares a meal. A person who expects money prepares their life to receive it. If you say you expect wealth, but live as though it will never come, your actions betray your words. But when you truly expect increase, you create space for it. You open accounts, you study investments, you plan projects, you sow seeds, you set structures in place that make room for the money that is coming. Preparation is proof of expectation. Money is repelled by those who wait idly, but it is drawn to those who prepare actively. When you prepare, you send a signal that you are serious, that you are ready, and that you are aligned with the flow of abundance. Expectation can also be measured by consistency. Anyone can say once, "I expect money," but true expectation is shown in daily anticipation, even when circumstances look the opposite. Expectation does not bend under temporary setbacks. It does not crumble under delays. It does not vanish when challenges arise. Expectation says, "The evidence may not be here yet, but I know it is on the way." Consistent expectation trains your mind to look for solutions instead of problems. It builds resilience that money finds attractive because money requires stability to multiply. Inconsistency signals doubt, and doubt weakens the magnetic pull of expectation. But when you remain consistent, your expectation gathers strength, and that strength draws the unseen into the seen. Expectation also eliminates fear, because you cannot truly expect abundance and fear scarcity at the same time. Fear and expectation cannot coexist. One will cancel the other. If fear dominates, expectation shrinks and money resists. If expectation dominates, fear dissolves and money flows. That is why cultivating expectation is a daily practice. You must feed it with affirmations, with vision, with gratitude, and with action. Every day you either strengthen your expectation or weaken it. Every thought you entertain, every word you speak, and every action you take either adds to the power of your expectation or subtracts from it. Expectation must be guarded like a treasure, because it is the magnet of your life. Expectation is not only about attracting money, but also about sustaining it. Many people attract wealth once but lose it quickly because they never developed the expectation to sustain it. They believed money could come but did not expect it to stay. So they sabotaged their own success, made reckless choices, or acted as though they were undeserving. Expectation must be present at every stage. Expectation for money to arrive, expectation for money to stay, expectation for money to multiply, and expectation for money to serve its purpose. Without sustained expectation, money comes like a guest who visits briefly and leaves. With sustained expectation, money comes like a resident who builds a home and remains. To cultivate expectation, you must act as if what you desire is already certain. This does not mean reckless spending or pretending, but it does mean aligning your posture with the outcome you expect. Walk with confidence, not fear. Speak with assurance, not doubt. Make decisions boldly, not timidly. Expectation is not about pretending. It is about aligning with truth before the evidence appears. The world responds not to those who wish, but to those who expect. Money listens for the vibration of certainty, and when it hears it, it comes quickly, eagerly, and consistently. Expectation is like the atmosphere in which the seeds of your words grow. Without expectation, your words may be powerful, but they lack the fertile soil to manifest. With expectation, every word you speak carries weight, because the soil of your heart is ready to receive it. That is why expectation must be guarded and nurtured. You must remind yourself daily of what you expect, not based on what you see, but based on what you believe. You must visualize your life as already abundant, see money as already following you, and feel the emotions of already possessing it. When you live in that state of expectation, you are not surprised when money comes. You are only grateful, because you knew it was on its way. Gratitude is one of the greatest forces of multiplication, and when it comes to money, it is the magnetic current that attracts more of it into your life. Many people believe that money increases through hard work alone, through strategy, or through luck, but they overlook the spiritual law that says whatever you are grateful for expands. Gratitude is not merely saying, "thank you," as a polite gesture. It is a deep, inner recognition of the value of what you already have, no matter how little or how much it may seem. Gratitude opens the door for increase, because it signals to the universe that you are ready for more. When you look at the money in your wallet or your bank account with gratitude instead of complaint, you invite more to come. When you celebrate the small grows into the large. When you bless the little transforms into much. Money responds not to resentment or bitterness, but to gratitude, because gratitude raises your energy to the level of abundance. The tragedy is that many people repel money without even realizing it, simply because they curse what they already have. They look at their paycheck and say, "This is not enough." They open their wallet and sigh, "This will never cover the bills." They see their current possessions as insignificant and treat them with disregard. By doing so, they send a signal of lack, and lack multiplies. Complaining magnifies what you despise, while gratitude magnifies what you desire. Every time you complain about money, you are giving an instruction for money to shrink. Every time you give thanks for money, no matter the amount, you are giving an instruction for money to expand. The universe does not judge whether the amount is large or small, it simply multiplies what you honor. Gratitude is the magnet that makes increase inevitable. Gratitude also shifts your perception from what is missing to what is present. Lack is always a focus on absence, while abundance is always a focus on presence. When you complain, you are magnifying absence. When you give thanks, you are magnifying presence. And whatever you magnify expands in your experience. This is why a grateful person seems to attract blessings effortlessly, while an ungrateful person always feels deprived. Two people can have the exact same financial situation, but one lives in joy while the other lives in misery, and that difference in energy determines their next season. The one who gives thanks sees doors open, ideas flow, and opportunities align, because their gratitude keeps them in harmony with increase. The one who complains sees doors close, ideas vanish, and opportunities pass them by, because their lack of gratitude keeps them in harmony with decrease. Gratitude also rewires the subconscious mind. Your subconscious is always listening, always recording, and always shaping your reality. When you train it to focus on what you already have and celebrate it, it creates a pattern of abundance that attracts more. When you train it to focus on what is missing, it creates a pattern of scarcity that repels wealth. Gratitude is like a software update for your mind. It removes the viruses of lack and installs the programming of plenty. Every time you say, "Thank you for this money, thank you for this provision, thank you for this opportunity," you are reinforcing abundance as your default state. Over time, your subconscious begins to expect increase, and that expectation becomes self-fulfilling. Gratitude transforms your internal world so that your external world reflects the same harmony. Another dimension of gratitude is that it creates joy, and joy is a frequency that money is attracted to. Money does not thrive in bitterness, stress, or resentment. Those emotions are heavy and restrictive, and they choke the flow of circulation. Gratitude, however, produces joy, lightness, and openness. When you are grateful, you are not only saying words, you are shifting your entire emotional vibration. That joy draws money because joy is abundance in motion. Joy says, "I already have enough, and I am ready for more." Joy says, "I am content, but I am also expectant." Joy says, "I celebrate every provision, and I welcome greater provision." When you live in joy through gratitude, you create a current that pulls money toward you like a magnet. Gratitude without joy is hollow, but gratitude that fills your heart with genuine delight carries a power that cannot be resisted. Gratitude also teaches stewardship. When you are thankful for what you have, you treat it well. You honor it, manage it carefully, and multiply it through wisdom. Gratitude and waste cannot coexist. Those who are ungrateful waste money because they do not recognize its value, and as a result, money slips away from them. Those who are grateful value money, and as a result, money stays and multiplies. Gratitude is not passive, it is active stewardship. It is saying, "I honor what I have been given, and I prove through my actions that I am ready for more." Money naturally flows toward those who prove through gratitude and stewardship that they can be trusted with increase. A powerful practice of gratitude is to speak blessings over the money you already have. Take a small amount, even a single coin, and instead of despising it, bless it. Say, "I am grateful for this," and it multiplies as it goes. When you pay a bill, instead of resenting the money leaving, thank it for the service it provided. Say, "I am grateful that I had the means to pay this, and as this money circulates, it returns to me multiplied." When you receive any income, no matter how small, celebrate it with gratitude as though it were a fortune. This is not delusion. It is alignment. Gratitude speaks to money as if it were alive, and money responds to that recognition by flowing back in greater measure. What you bless, blesses you. What you curse, curses you. Gratitude ensures that money is always in the category of blessing. Gratitude also protects your heart from greed. Greed is a bottomless pit that is never satisfied, no matter how much money comes. Gratitude creates contentment while still leaving room for expansion. It says, "I am thankful for what I have now, and I am open for more." That balance keeps you aligned with abundance without falling into the trap of never feeling enough. Greed closes doors because it radiates desperation. Gratitude opens doors because it radiates sufficiency. Gratitude allows you to desire more while celebrating the present, creating a healthy cycle of attraction and multiplication. Even in times of financial difficulty, gratitude is the key that turns situations around. When lack seems to surround you, gratitude keeps your energy aligned with abundance. Gratitude says, "I may not see overflow yet, but I am thankful for what is here, and I know more is on its way." That vibration shifts your perspective, opens your mind to solutions, and attracts opportunities that your complaints would have hidden. Gratitude in lack is like planting seeds in winter. It ensures that the harvest will come in due season. Gratitude is not only for moments of abundance. It is most powerful when it is practiced in moments of scarcity. Those who master gratitude in lack prepare themselves for abundance without measure. Gratitude also creates a cycle of generosity. When you are grateful, you are more willing to give, and giving is the circulation that keeps money flowing. Gratitude recognizes that money is not lost when it leaves your hand. It is set in motion, destined to return. Gratitude turns giving into joy rather than fear, and that joy multiplies the return. Those who give without gratitude give reluctantly and see little return. Those who give with gratitude give joyfully and see overflow. Gratitude fuels generosity, and generosity fuels abundance. This cycle ensures that money not only follows you but surrounds you with constant circulation, never running dry. The more you practice gratitude, the more you see increase in unexpected ways. Unexpected opportunities, surprising gifts, sudden breakthroughs, all of these are drawn to the energy of gratitude. Gratitude is like a key that unlocks doors you didn't even know were there. Where others see dead ends, the grateful person sees openings. Where others see lack, the grateful person sees provision. And because perception shapes reality, gratitude transforms every environment into fertile ground for increase. Gratitude not only multiplies money, it multiplies peace, joy, opportunities, and connections. It creates a life where abundance is the natural state. Because gratitude has aligned every part of your being with the flow of wealth, money moves toward clarity, and clarity is born from vision. When you understand what you want money to do for you, where you want it to go, and the purpose it must fulfill, money follows that direction like a river flowing toward the sea. The reason many people never experience a consistent flow of money in their lives is not because money is absent, but because they lack vision. They have no clear purpose for money, no specific command, no outlined instruction. They ask vaguely for more money, but never define how much, for what purpose, and under what principle. Money, like every other force in the universe, responds to precision. If you give a vague command, you receive vague results. If you declare with clarity and specificity, the universe aligns resources, opportunities, and connections to fulfill that command. Vision acts like a magnet, drawing money into the paths where it is meant to serve. Without vision, money disperses, it leaks, it slips away without leaving any trace. because it cannot fulfill an undefined purpose. But with vision, every dollar knows its assignment, every resource knows its place, and every opportunity knows its destination. Think of an architect before constructing a building. The materials, workers, and finances do not arrive simply because the architect wishes for a building. They come because there is a blueprint. The blueprint tells each worker where to place the bricks, the beams, the windows, and the doors. Without a blueprint, the materials would be scattered, wasted, and misused. Money works the same way. It requires a blueprint, a vision that guides its flow. When you have a clear vision, money knows exactly how to serve you. If your vision is to build a business that provides jobs, money flows to support that vision. If your vision is to create a foundation that helps the poor, money aligns to make that vision possible. If your vision is to provide for your family with stability and peace, money positions itself to fulfill that command. Vision gives money an assignment, and once it is assigned, it follows diligently. The lack of vision is why so many people find themselves constantly in cycles of financial struggle. Even when money arrives, it quickly disappears because it had no purpose. Unpurposed money always escapes. It seeks circulation, and if you do not direct it, it finds direction on its own, usually into the pockets of others who have a stronger vision. This is why people often feel like their money slips through their fingers, because it was never told where to go. Money, left without instruction, will obey someone else's vision. The companies that advertise to you, the corporations that market their products, the businesses that lure you with temptation, they all have vision. And because they have vision, your money obeys their command. The moment you create your own vision, you reclaim your authority, and money begins to follow you instead of escaping toward others. Vision is protection, because it prevents waste. Vision is direction, because it ensures flow. Vision is power, because it establishes purpose. Vision also requires imagination. If you cannot see it in your mind, you cannot command it in your reality. The images you hold, the mental pictures you create, the future you design in your thoughts, all of these form the blueprint that money follows. If your mind is filled only with images of lack, fear, and insufficiency, money cannot follow you because your vision is empty. But when you fill your imagination with images of abundance, of purposeful use of money, of wise stewardship, money begins to move toward that picture. You must therefore cultivate your imagination, not for idle fantasy but for deliberate creation. Imagination is not escape, it is instruction. It tells money where to go, what to build, and how to serve. The clearer your inner image, the stronger your outer manifestation. Vision also requires discipline. It is not enough to dream, you must refine your dream into a clear plan. Discipline takes the broad strokes of imagination and shapes them into tangible instructions. It says, this amount goes into savings, this amount into investment, this amount into giving, this amount into building. Discipline organizes the flow of money so that every part has its assignment. Without discipline, even a grand vision collapses. Money needs order, and order comes from structure. The disciplined person says no to distractions, no to waste, no to anything that does not serve the vision, and in return money flows faithfully because it recognizes clarity. Vision without discipline is like a ship without a captain, but vision with discipline turns money into a loyal crew, carrying out every command with precision. Another key element of vision is alignment with purpose. A vision that is self-serving alone cannot sustain a constant flow of money. Money thrives where it can multiply, circulate, and bless beyond the individual. When your vision includes serving others, lifting communities, creating opportunities, and blessing lives, money increases because it finds greater purpose in your hands. Selfish visions may attract money for a time, but they cannot hold it, because money seeks circulation. It wants to move, to grow, to expand. If your vision locks it into greed, it resists. But if your vision allows it to circulate with wisdom, it follows you endlessly. This is why many of the most financially prosperous people are those who aligned their money with something greater than themselves. Their vision extended beyond personal comfort into impact, and money responded by multiplying in their lives. Purpose enlarges vision, An enlarged vision attracts greater flow. Clarity of vision also shapes the way you speak about money. If you are clear on your vision, your words carry confidence. You no longer say, "I hope I can pay my bills," but rather, "Money flows into my life to fulfill this assignment." You no longer say, "I never have enough," but rather, "Every dollar I need arrives on time, because my vision is clear." Words aligned with vision carry magnetic force. They do not scatter energy, they direct it. This is why vague affirmations often fail, because they lack the force of vision. But when your words are tied to a clear picture, they carry power, and money responds to them with precision. Vision also eliminates fear. People fear money because they lack direction. They fear losing it because they never gave it a purpose. But when you have a vision, fear fades, because you know exactly why money is coming, where it is going, and how it will serve. Fear thrives in uncertainty, but vision creates certainty. When you command money with vision, you replace doubt with faith, anxiety with confidence, and scarcity with expectation. Fear no longer rules you because your vision is stronger than any circumstance. Even in moments when money seems delayed, your vision keeps you steady, because you know the command has been given and money must obey. Finally, vision creates momentum. Money loves movement, and vision ensures that movement never stops. Each step you take toward your vision opens new channels for money to flow. Each action you commit to creates opportunities for money to serve you. Vision keeps you forward moving, and forward movement draws resources. Stagnation repels money, but momentum attracts it. When your life is aligned with a vision, you are never stagnant, and therefore, money is never stagnant around you. It continues to flow, to increase, to multiply. Because it is following a clear direction. Gratitude is the force that multiplies everything it touches, and when applied to money, it becomes the magnet that pulls more of it into your life. Many people live with a constant complaint about not having enough, and those complaints become barriers that block the natural flow of abundance. Complaints push money away, but gratitude pulls money closer. Gratitude is not about waiting until you have great wealth to be thankful. It is about recognizing and celebrating even the smallest expressions of provision as evidence of greater things to come. When you hold a thankful heart for every dollar, every opportunity, every open door, you send a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude says, "I recognize the flow, I honor it, and I am prepared to steward the increase." This acknowledgement creates expansion, because what you appreciate appreciates in value. Money follows appreciation, because appreciation shows respect for its role and opens the channel for multiplication. To practice gratitude with money is to shift your entire relationship with it. Instead of looking at money with anxiety, you look at it with joy. Instead of saying, "This is not enough," you say, "I am grateful for this seed," because it contains within it the potential for more. This shift in perspective transforms lack into abundance, not because the amount has changed, but because the energy surrounding it has changed. Gratitude changes the atmosphere around money. A small amount in the hands of the grateful carries the power to grow into more, while a large amount in the hands of the ungrateful often disappears quickly. Gratitude unlocks multiplication because it aligns your heart with abundance rather than lack. The person who sees money as a gift, no matter the size, attracts more gifts because gratitude is an invitation for increase. Think of gratitude as watering a garden. If you water even a small plant, it grows, flourishes, and eventually produces fruit. But if you neglect it, complain about its size, or refuse to care for it because it is small, it withers and dies. Money operates on the same principle. If you are grateful for even the small flow, it expands. If you neglect it or despise it, the flow decreases. Gratitude is the water that keeps the flow of money alive, vibrant, and multiplying. It transforms every financial seed into a harvest, because it recognizes the potential within the present moment. When you say thank you for what you already have, you prove that you can be trusted with more. Money follows trust, and gratitude builds trust. Gratitude also transforms fear into faith. Fear says, "What if I lose what I have?" Gratitude says, "I am thankful for what I have, and I trust that more is on the way." Fear creates contraction, holding tightly and blocking flow. Gratitude creates expansion, releasing fear and opening the channel wider. A thankful heart cannot dwell in scarcity because it sees abundance everywhere. When you give thanks for your resources, you begin to notice opportunities you would have otherwise ignored. Gratitude sharpens your awareness, tuning your mind to the frequency of abundance. Suddenly, ideas come, doors open, people show up, and money flows, not because it suddenly appeared, but because gratitude adjusted your perspective to see it. Gratitude awakens vision, and vision attracts provision. There is also a vibrational power to gratitude. Every emotion carries a frequency, and gratitude resonates at one of the highest. Money, being energy, is attracted to that frequency. When you are grateful, you vibrate in alignment with abundance. And money seeks out that energy. Complaining, worrying, and doubting vibrate at the frequency of lack, repelling money even when it tries to come near. This is why two people with the same resources can have very different outcomes. One multiplies through gratitude, the other diminishes through complaint. Gratitude is not passive, it is a magnetic force. It calls money into your experience, not by force, but by resonance. You do not chase money when you are grateful. It chases you because it recognizes the energy it longs to serve. Gratitude also changes how you handle money. When you are grateful for what you have, you treat it with care. You respect every dollar, you assign it wisely, you manage it with honor. This responsible stewardship signals to money that it is safe in your hands, and therefore more can come. Money resists waste, but it multiplies in the hands of those who respect it. Gratitude is the foundation of respect. It keeps you from careless spending, because you see value in what you have. It keeps you from neglect, because you appreciate the role money plays. It keeps you from hoarding, because you know the flow is continuous and not something to fear losing. Gratitude balances your relationship with money, creating harmony that sustains its flow. Another important aspect of gratitude is that it connects giving with receiving. When you are grateful, you naturally want to share. Gratitude says, I have enough, and I want others to experience blessing too. That willingness to circulate money keeps the flow alive. Money loves movement, and gratitude ensures that movement never stops. The more you give with gratitude, the more you receive with gratitude. It becomes a cycle of abundance that grows stronger with every act of thankfulness. The ungrateful person clutches what they have, afraid to release it, and in doing so, they block the very flow they desire. But the grateful person gives freely, knowing the river never runs dry, and as a result, they live in constant increase. Gratitude opens the hand, and an open hand is always filled again. Gratitude also rewrites your inner dialogue about money. Instead of rehearsing stories of lack, I never have enough, things are always hard, money never stays. Gratitude creates new stories. I am always provided for, money comes to me easily, my needs are always met, I am surrounded by abundance. These stories, spoken with thankfulness, become self-fulfilling prophecies. They shift your subconscious beliefs, and your subconscious is the soil where money grows. When you plant seeds of gratitude in that soil, the harvest is inevitable. Gratitude reprograms your inner world, and once your inner world changes, your outer world follows. Money simply mirrors the energy you hold inside, and gratitude ensures that mirror reflects abundance. Even in moments when money seems scarce, gratitude has the power to change the atmosphere. When you can give thanks in the middle of lack, you demonstrate trust in the flow, and that trust pulls abundance into your life. Gratitude in plenty multiplies the plenty. Gratitude in lack transforms the lack. It is the constant key that works regardless of circumstances. It does not wait for perfect conditions to be activated. It creates the conditions for abundance by shifting your energy. Gratitude is not just a reaction, it is a decision. When you decide to be thankful, you align with the universal law of increase, and increase responds. Gratitude also creates joy, and joy attracts wealth. A joyful heart naturally draws opportunities, people, and resources. No one is attracted to heaviness, but joy is magnetic. When you combine gratitude with joy, you create a force field around you that money cannot resist. You walk into rooms with a spirit of abundance, and opportunities gravitate toward you. You speak with confidence, and people trust you with resources. You radiate positivity, and money follows positivity because it seeks circulation where energy is alive and vibrant. Gratitude creates that vibrancy and joy amplifies it, forming an irresistible call to wealth. Ultimately, gratitude is the bridge between what you have and what you desire. It honors the present while opening the door to the future. It says, "I am thankful for today's provision, and I welcome tomorrow's increase." This balance keeps you rooted in contentment while still expanding into more. Contentment without growth leads to stagnation, but gratitude balances both. It anchors you in peace while still calling more abundance into your life. It is both the acknowledgement of what is and the anticipation of what is coming. Gratitude holds the key to commanding money because it proves that you can celebrate, respect, and honor what you already have, and that is the signal for more to follow you wherever you go.